So Arrow is back from its mid-season finale, but that's not good enough for you, is it? You want to know if the comic book is any good. You want to know if you should pick it up and read it. You came to the right place. Let's get started.
Difficult, but not impossible.
Now, the specific volume that I'm referring to for this review is going to be the New 52 Volume 1, and that's the Midas Touch. Now, the first thing you guys need to know, if you've never picked up a Green Arrow comic, is just to understand that it's really, as far as tone goes, not anything like the show. On top of that, they wrote Oliver completely different. He's super preachy, and he talks about how he hates that our society glorifies violence. Now, this really throws me off because it's a comic book where you're shooting little tiny blades into people. I don't really understand, why they're trying to loosely attach this really reachy moral code. I don't understand, because he's still going in there and he has like the non-lethal arrowheads, but he has the regular arrows too. He's putting blades in people, so I don't really understand why he's talking about glorifying violence. He's just perpetuating that cycle of violence, so I don't really understand why they would try and attach a narrative to that. But whatever, we'll get past all that. In the comic, he's much more into Q-Core. It's not Queen Consolidated, it's Q-Core now. And he's much more involved with his business, and he's struggling with balancing that, juggling that with being, a vigilante at night. So, I mean, it's kind of your typical businessman superhero, day versus night. So that really only paves the way for a really boring narrative. I'm very critical on narrative because if I'm not attached to a cause, then there's really no point in me playing through this story or watching through this story or reading through this story. So you have to lay some good groundwork in order for me to be interested and continue going. I will say that I was not a fan of this storyline at all. It was pretty terrible. Oliver chases down this nightclub meta-human gang, and they really have no consequence whatsoever. He deals with them before the volume's even over, and they're really just a loose reason for them to lash this moral lesson onto the narrative. So it's just stupid. It's not a solid story. It just feels slapdash and terrible. I hate it so much. Now later on, Oliver runs into Midas and Blood Rose. Midas, if you don't know who that is, it's kind of like a toxic version of Clayface. If you guys know who Clayface is from Batman, he's a pretty mainstream villain. Midas is kind of like the toxic version of that, so like arrows and stuff pass right through him, and Oliver has to get creative as to how he dispatches Midas. And then Blood Rose is like this ninja warrior lady. So the combat gets pretty cool later on. It seems to turn on a dime and get a little bit better, so I have more hope for the second volume, but we'll see how that goes. Now, as far as art goes, I really wasn't super on board with it. It feels dated without being classic, so it's kind of stuck in this little mid-rut thing, and I didn't like it. It's better than anything I could do, granted. Obviously, I'll give you that. It's not that it was bad, it's just that I didn't like it. And obviously, in comics, art and narrative are two sides of the same coin. They make the comic, and at this point in Volume 1 of Green Arrow, I didn't like either of those. But I will check out Volume 2. If you guys want to see a review of Volume 2, just let me know. I'd be happy to. I'd love to review that for you. If you didn't get a chance to check out my Flash Volume 1 review, you can find that right in this area right here. And I had plans to review Constantine Volume 1 also, because, that's a pretty neat show happening right now if you guys are interested in that comic book. I am a Constantine fan, as well as Flash Volume 2. I would throw this up because I kind of got a nice chunk of views on my first Flash video, so if you guys want to see that, let me know. I had plans to do that anyway. If you want me to do it, I'll just throw it out faster, will probably be how that works. My name is Trey Quintero. If you like this video, please do me a huge favor and share it with your friends. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We do articles and stuff on Tumblr. We have a lot of written stuff that you guys won't be able to see on YouTube, so definitely check us out on Tumblr. If you have any requests, you can let us know right here on YouTube or on Facebook, on Twitter, all that good stuff. You can even email us at rumblepackteam@gmail.com. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. I really thank you so much for watching, and stick around for more.